Okay, so dear audience, I'm Janvi Agrawal, your host, and this episode is proudly brought to you by adfartech, a pioneer technology solution provider dedicated to innovations and efficiency. Adfartech, so we are an IT platform with focus on IT solutions, IT resources, recruitment, and tech audio podcast. We have vendor alliances with 50 plus tech partners, including SAP, Oracle, Microsoft, Pega, OutSystems, APN, Salesforce's Cloud Area, Informatica, and many more. Our key solutions include ERP, application development, data and AI, blockchain, cloud managed services, UX and UI testing, and cybersecurity. We have resources based off 20,000 plus resources across all skills, which we can deliver both on-site and offshore within 24 hours. So today we are here with our special guest, Dr. Jane Thompson. So should we officially start with the podcast, Jane? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So Jane, can you just walk us through the journey that led you to be a leader in deep tech and Web 3.0 and what inspired you focus on these areas?
Yes, absolutely. Well, I've always been inspired my whole life about making an impact, and in particular, I've had an interest in emerging economies and the poor and vulnerable people living in those economies. And I spent many years of my life working in Asia and the Pacific, and I worked in healthcare for most of my life. And so through that experience, I really understood what were some of the difficulties of the poor living in emerging economies. They don't have bank accounts, they don't have electricity, they may not have access to credit, they may not have access to markets. And so around the late 2016-17, I heard about blockchain, and I got really excited about blockchain because I could see its potential to be able to solve some of these problems that we'd been struggling with for many years. So I decided to leave my job in healthcare and follow technology. So of course, I started with blockchain, but blockchain itself has undergone several transformations through NFTs and decentralized finance, and now leading to the open metaverse, and AI, of course, is integrating in everything that we do. So I'm really interested in the convergence of all of the new technologies and how they're going to improve people's lives.
Okay, so it's really inspiring. As you said me, like you have left the job in healthcare. You were in healthcare first, right? Okay,
I was in healthcare for many years.
Many years. Okay, can you just specify how many years?
So I really don't want to say, but let's say more than 20.
More than 20 years in healthcare?
Yes.
Okay, that's nice. So you just got the passion and curiosity to work for those poor living people who are not able to take care of themselves due to poor conditions in healthcare.
Well, yes. So I work for the World Health Organization. I work for the Asian Development Bank on big projects that were designed to improve health services in developing countries. And then I had my own company, which contracted mainly into governments to help them improve the healthcare services of their people.
Okay, nice. So, as you mentioned that you are the leader of the year for Eurasia in 2023 and
yes,
member of World Metaverse Council as well, right?
Yes.
Could you share the technologies your organization is using to advance its mission?
Well, it's not so much the technologies that we are using, because my job is to research and study the technologies and understand how they're being applied by other people, whether it's governments or corporations, to be able to address some of these problems, whether it's financial inclusion or sustainability. So I mainly study and research and write about blockchain and about artificial intelligence and about metaverse and the future of immersive technologies.
Okay. So that's impressive. You just do the research and write about the technology.
Yeah, and I speak at conferences to help people understand not the technical details of the technology, but how it's going to be used and how it might help them in the future.
Okay. So can you just let me know, like, how does blockchain, health tech, and sustainability intersect to shape the future?
Okay, so let's look at, because I in this case, I want to look at blockchain and sustainability and blockchain and healthcare. I don't think they necessarily intersect. So if you're thinking about blockchain and sustainability, there's a number of different ways that blockchain is being deployed to support sustainability. So if you think about, for example, green finance, whether it's tokenization of carbon credits or whether it's green bonds, blockchain can underpin financial services for sustainability. Blockchain's also being used in smart grids for renewable energy to be able to manage the renewable energy resources and make them available off-grid. And blockchain's also being used along with big data to monitor and predict some of the adverse events that might be happening, and also in the monitoring of the performance, for example, of sustainable investment. So there's a number of different ways that blockchain's being deployed there. In terms of healthcare, the main use cases are, first of all, around supply chain, particularly around the provenance of pharmaceuticals and drugs and medical supplies to make sure that they are genuine, because there's problem in many countries with fake drugs. It's also used for secure data exchange, and in particular during the pandemic, it was used a lot so that we could track what was going on during the pandemic. It can also be used in clinical trials to ensure the fidelity of clinical trials. So there are many applications of blockchain in healthcare as well, and other industries, but those are two.
Okay. So, Jane, this information that you have given to me, it's very fascinating to know, like, blockchain can be used in various industries. I was not aware about it.
Now, a lot of people aren't aware about it because a lot of people think that blockchain is just the digital assets, cryptocurrencies. But in fact, blockchain as an infrastructure underpinning many different sectors is extremely important. And if you think about, for example, gaming, which is the biggest leisure industry in the world now, and over 3 billion people play games. Now with Web3 in gaming, then blockchain is the underpinning infrastructure that allows the exchange of assets both within games and between games. So that's called GameFi, and blockchain is creating that ability for people to be able to earn money from games, but also take their assets out of games and get fiat money for those. So it's proving itself in many different industries.
Okay, thank you for letting me know that, Jane, because I just thought, like, the technology that can be used for game cannot be used in healthcare.
Yeah, well, blockchain can be used in almost any industry.
Okay, that's nice. So can you just let me know what are some key initiatives your organization is currently undertaking to revolutionize healthcare industry?
Well, this is not specifically related to healthcare, although I do involve myself a lot in different health tech initiatives. What our two focuses this year are, first of all, on women in deep tech and building a women in deep tech network and investment platform, because obviously deep tech is going to solve many of the problems that we have in the world, and we want to see more women and girls involved in science and technology and in deep tech, and we want to make sure that the capital for investment can be found for female deep tech founders who've got great projects. So that's the one thing. And then the other thing, which is going to help healthcare as well as education and many other industries, is around Metaverse education, because this is a way that we can make education more accessible, more fun through gamification, more immersive and interesting so that people learn better. And also we believe that it can be used to reskill people as technology changes the face of the job market. curated courses in the Metaverse are going to enable people to learn new skills faster. So they're the two things that I'm putting most of my energy into this year.
Okay, that's nice. So do you think it will be really very impactful?
Absolutely, or I wouldn't be doing it.
Okay. What future technologies do you envision to incorporate for innovation?
Well, I mean, obviously, all of the technologies that are around now, artificial intelligence is going to be integrated into everything that we do. Obviously, broader and broader uses of 3D printing, and we see 3D printing of food as well as 3D printing of, parts for humanitarian crises and so forth. And quantum computing is probably the big one that's coming down the track that we don't yet understand its impact. And then obviously 5G, because 5G is just going to really speed up the pace with which technologies can be used and information will be available to people.
Okay, so you are just more interested into artificial intelligence.
No, I'm interested in all of the technologies, but what I said to you is that artificial intelligence will be part of every industry, and will start to change the way that we do things that we've done in the past, because artificial intelligence is going to be able to almost anything that could be automated will be automated. So repetitive tasks will be done by artificial intelligence, leaving people to do higher order tasks.
So it's gonna make the work more smoother.
Well, I think it's going to help a lot of people in a lot of industries to do things faster, and sometimes more intelligently, and allow them to concentrate on different things. Because anything that a machine can do, then AI is going to do, allowing the people to do things machines can't do.
Yeah, so as you said, there will be some people who will be working on it. So what are the specific tech skills do you find most valuable in the professionals that you recruit in your organization?
Well, I mean, first of all of the technical skills, the people who can build these technologies, the people who can create algorithms, the people who can do 3D rendering and so forth. So the skills that are needed to build the new technologies are obviously in extremely short supply, as well as engineers and developers and so forth. Other skills are also still needed because people need to do the creative thinking and the strategic thinking. People need to use their empathy to support what they're building and consider things like ethics, which computer scientists are probably not thinking about. So there's going to be a range of jobs, I think, in the future, but anything related to building technologies is going to be in short supply, and they're great skills that everyone will need.
Okay, so basically you value technical as well as you said the word ethics. So a growth mindset is also needed for the person.
Well, it depends on what they're doing. I mean, if the person is working in a startup or a company that's trying to grow and scale, they must have a growth mindset. If they're in a purely technical role, I don't know that that's necessary, because you need them to deploy the science to build whatever it is that they're doing. But if it's a company or a startup that wants to grow, then you need that growth mindset, entrepreneurial thinking within the team that are there. But you also need scientists and technical people to build the products.
Yeah, definitely you need them. So just let me know, how do you keep your team adaptable to emerging technologies and trends in the market?
Well, you can't ever stop watching what's going on. Every day I'm scanning the different communication channels, Telegram, Discord, WhatsApp, social media, to see the latest information on what's happening where and what the changes are in different technologies and new breakthroughs. You simply have to keep an eye to the future all the time and be ready to be agile and move in different directions.
So how do you keep them adaptable to it, to your team?
Well, I mean, I think that the team need to be directed with what's the work that they need to be doing. You know, the team's not running the company, the team are doing the work. So I think they don't have to be adapting every day. It depends. But if the company's changing tack and moving in a different direction, then you need to bring the team along with you.
Okay, so that's really nice. Valuable insights, Jane. Thank you for sharing your experience and expertise with us. It's been enlightening as well as inspiring conversation with you.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
Okay, so Jane, that wraps up our incredible conversation with you. We are fortunate to have you here today and your contributions to the conversation as well.
Okay, you're welcome. My pleasure. See you later.
Yeah, so I would even like to thank our audience. Thank you for tuning in. We hope you had a great time diving into the world of technology with us. Stay up to date with the latest tech trends by subscribing to our podcast. Remember, the future is techtastic.
Thank you.